Hello friends, this is Parag here, your host on Stay Strong podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in today's session. It's my promise to bring you the world-class information in the field of kettlebells, kettlebell sport, and strength and conditioning. Today we have a guest from Ireland. Her name is Christine. She started lifting kettlebells at the age of 44. She is doing kettlebell training and strength training, Pilates, mixing of strength training and Pilates on the other days, and training kettlebells 3 times a week. She's training 6 times a week at the age of 54, getting physically fit and progressing with the weights, progressing with the repetitions. Every passing day, every passing week, we will understand how does she train, what kind of nutrition does she take, how does coach trains her, and she competes on the international level. Guys, please help me welcome Christine from Ireland. Hello friends, this is Parag here, your host on Stay Strong podcast. We have Christine from Ireland. Hello Christine, welcome to Stay Strong podcast. How are you?
Hi Parag, great, thank you.
Great.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. So can you please introduce yourself, your professional background, and how did you get into kettlebell sport?
My name is Christine. I'm 53 years of age. I work in an office. I'm working in an auctioneer's at the moment, and I do office administration mostly. Okay. I have no background in sport or fitness whatsoever.
Okay.
I was nearly 44 when I first picked up a kettlebell.
Okay.
And I went to a kettlebell conditioning class. Okay. Which was just for keeping fit. I didn't even know what a kettlebell was really, until I went, and that's how I started. The instructor in the gym, her name was Rachel, and the kettlebells she used were the sports bells,
Yes.
The competition bells.
Yes.
So she also taught kettlebell sport. So that's how I got into it. I just went.
Okay.
And I kept going.
Okay. So that was basically your entry into kettlebell fitness, but was that really the entry into the kettlebell sport? Did you compete in the same year? How it is like, or did you compete later?
No, Rachel just encouraged me to compete. Okay. So my first competition was December 2013 in Limerick. And I competed with 12 kg bell. Okay. There were 5-minute competitions. So I did snatch for 5 minutes and I did long cycle for 5 minutes.
Okay.
That was the first time I competed.
Okay. And thereafter you started competing every year. How was your competition schedule? Do you compete once in a year, or how it was?
Yeah, we compete a few times a year. In Ireland, we usually have 2 10-minute competitions a year, and we would have a few 5-minute competitions, the smaller ones. So that's how I started. I did a lot of 5-minute competitions, at the start. I did compete in 2014, 10-minute competition with a 12 kg as well, which wouldn't have made me eligible for the Irish team or anything, but just to compete, I did it.
Okay.
But I enjoyed it, so.
Okay. You mentioned that you started kettlebells at the age of 44. You're 53 now. So until 44, were you exposed to kettlebells, or were you exposed to any kind of other sport?
No. In my 20s, I had tried various things. I did maybe yoga for a small while. I joined a gym for a small while, but I never stuck at anything. I never really did sport as a child. It was just, so I had absolutely no fitness level, I suppose, until I started.
Okay. So why did you take the fitness activity with kettlebells or with weight training? You had walking, you had exposure to running. Who inspired you to lift weights?
The only thing I did was walking. I still don't run. My son was going to a gym. My son is 16 now, but he was, it was a long time ago, and he was doing karate at a gym. and I asked this karate instructor what type of classes were there, just to, you know, increase my fitness level, maybe lose a bit of weight, tone up, I suppose. And there was TRX, you know, TRX. So there was that, or kettlebell, and I just thought kettlebell conditioning sounded interesting.
Okay.
So that's why I chose it.
Okay.
But when I started then in 2013, I just kept going. You know, I never missed it. I never missed a week after that. I went twice a week.
Okay.
So I loved it. You know, I still love it.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. It's very addictive. And
yes.
Once you can see the results, then you really want to pick it again and again.
Yeah.
And it is always a challenging for us also, because we always want to do more repetitions every time we come and lift the kettlebells.
Yes. But I moved on since then. You know, kettlebell introduced me to so much more, because now I'm very interested in the fitness industry, and I have taken up other things as well. I've taken up Pilates, yoga. I do a small bit of CrossFit. Okay. So I'm just, you know, it has introduced me, I suppose, into another world, you know.
Yes.
I really like lifting now. Lifting weights, especially. I just, you know, I find it good for my age, and you know.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, it had started a little late, but I guess that has developed a very good passion. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I did start very late, but I was delighted I did, you know, and I never looked back, really. You know, it's the whole thing, you know, the Kettlebell community. I find it's very supportive. I've made great friends in Ireland and abroad, and I love competing abroad, you know, meeting people, and, you know, we know them, and we know each other from Facebook and from, you know, social media. But it's great then when you meet up with people at the competitions.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
You know, one of my favorite parts.
Yes. So are you coaching with someone? Is there a kettlebell coach who's coaching you, or are you by yourself doing the programs? How it is?
No, I have a kettlebell coach. His name is Eddie Sheehan. He's here in Ireland.
Okay.
And he's my coach for the last 5 years.
Okay.
So he gives me 2 or 3 programs a week. It just depends what I'm training for, you know, because I've done the GS and pentathlon marathons, so it just depends what I want to train myself. He'll coach me in that.
Okay, gotcha. Christian, what is your biggest challenge at this point in time when you're trying to progress with the kettlebell sport?
My biggest challenge has always been snatch. It's one of my favorite. It is my favorite lift, but I find it the most difficult.
Okay. So what do you find difficult in snatch? Is it the stability of the shoulder?
It's just very technical, and no, not the shoulders. It's just getting it right, I suppose, and getting it to be very comfortable, you know.
Okay.
Just, I find it very technical. I find it very difficult, but I'll keep trying.
Okay.
All these years later.
Okay. And how do you deal with your mindset when it comes to training? Like, for example, if you're lifting 20 kilos, or maybe if you're lifting little heavier weight than 20 kilos, how do you deal with your mind? Does coach trains you in this regard, or do you have your own strategies for that?
I suppose the heaviest I would be training for, or heavier bells, would be for pentathlon, you know?
Okay.
You know, like, you know, 24 kg cleans. I have trained with 20 kg snatch. I have competed with 20 kg snatch a few years ago. I just keep myself motivated, you know, I just try, and sometimes it is difficult to believe in yourself, but I think you just have to keep trying, you know, and I think if you put your mind to it, you can do it. So I'm not afraid of the heavier weights.
Okay.
And every year I'm getting stronger, which is good, you know.
Absolutely.
I'm stronger this year than I was last year, and it's the same even in the gym doing different things. So I'm willing to try, and I'm willing to learn and lift heavier.
Okay, okay. How has kettlebells changed your life in general? Like you said, you're getting more stronger every year. How is that getting reflected in your lifestyle?
I suppose it has totally changed my lifestyle in that it introduced me, as I said, to the gym. It made me stronger. I love kettlebells now, and I love the fitness industry. I'm starting in January to train as a Pilates instructor.
Okay,
Something
wow,
totally different, yeah, which I never would have done.
great.
Also, kettlebells has introduced me to people that are like-minded, I suppose. So a lot of
Yes.
my very good friends now are kettlebell lifters that I
Okay,
see regularly.
okay,
You
okay,
know?
okay,
And there's a huge, social aspect to it as well.
okay, okay. So how do you manage your time? Like, do you still work, or now you are a full-time instructor, or are you getting slowly into this business? How it is? I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
are you manage? Yeah, sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to start the course next year
Okay,
in January.
okay,
I work, so it's something maybe that I'd like to do on the side.
okay,
I'll see the instructor course. But at the moment, I work 3 days a week.
okay,
So then I can go train in kettlebells the 2 or 3 mornings a week when I'm not at work,
okay,
So fit it all in.
okay, okay,
Finish work, go to the gym.
okay, okay, okay. And how do you take care of your nutrition? Like, are you vegetarian, non-vegetarian? I mean, how do you manage everything? If you can, when it comes to competition, how do you manage your nutrition? Are you on supplementation? Do you take supplements? If you can just brief me about it. At this age, how
No,
do you manage?
I don't take many supplements. I just try to eat healthily. Coming up to a competition, I suppose I just have to make sure my weight is stable for whatever, category I'm going into. Supplements, I take protein powder, which, I just think, especially at my age, I think women my age need more protein. So I take protein supplements, and that's about it really. I don't take much more. Magnesium, I don't take many supplements at all, no.
Okay, 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 okay. Until 44, did you had any kind of injuries? Like any kind of injuries, maybe any other problems in relation with your health, which has solved or alleviated after lifting kettlebells?
No, I wouldn't have any injuries, but I just did find myself getting stronger, I suppose, becoming more mobile. I feel stronger sort of on my back, sometimes, before I started kettlebells, I may have had a few back issues, but, I just think it has really helped with my health and my fitness.
Okay, okay. So you didn't had any problem, any negative experience about kettlebell training? Any negative experience if you have had in these many years?
Not negative, not really, but I suppose a mistake a lot of people, well, I think I made myself as well. Moving to a heavier weight, kettlebell weight, before I was ready. Before I was ready, I think I should have stayed, on the 12 kg longer for whatever, however long it took,
Okay.
But at the time I moved up, and I just don't think I was ready for 16 kg snatch at the time, or, alongside Gill. But I would just advise people starting off, or women to starting off, just, take it slowly. And I think any progression is good. So, I mean, even if it is slow. So that would be the only thing I suppose I would change if I could.
Okay, okay, okay. How does your training program look like all throughout the week? Do you do a combination of strength training and kettlebell training, or do you train kettlebells on one day, strength training on one day? If you can just please give me a highlight.
Yes, I train them separately. So I do 2 or 3 kettlebell programs a week, and that would just be kettlebells only.
Okay.
So then on other days, I do Pilates, I do yoga, and I do a small bit of CrossFit.
Okay.
Well, maybe once a week, CrossFit
Okay.
class.
So you train 6 times a week?
I would, yes.
Okay. Okay. And
Yeah.
what is your total duration of the time you are working out every day?
About an hour.
About an
1
hour.
hour.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Great. So the Pilates and the yoga, you have a different coach. So AD here.
Yes, that's
different
totally
coach.
different. That's just in the gym, and different instructors for that, and that's just a different interest
Okay.
that I have now. I'm doing them for the last maybe 2 or 3 years, about 3 years. So that is totally different, but like that, I do think they complement each other. My mobility has increased and it's better for the bells, and also the kettlebells have helped with the Pilates and yoga, making me stronger there. So I just think they all, it's all good for you.
Yes. Great. Have you ever tried to do coaching by yourself without a coach? Have you ever tried?
I did at the start. Well, I suppose it's only the last 5 years I have a coach that sort of knows my strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
And whereas before I didn't have a program specifically for me.
Okay.
I went to classes.
Okay.
So I think it's difficult. I wouldn't be interested really in training myself.
Okay. Yeah, of course,
So
you
I
need a
don't know
direction.
yes, the direction, and also somebody to answer to, because maybe if I was left, to do my program myself, I mightn't do it, whereas
Okay.
now I have to tell my coach, yes, it's done. So
Okay.
I like having a coach.
Okay. I want to ask one more technical question related to kettlebells. Like, do you do deadlifts and squats, which definitely helps kettlebell training? But do you add these kind of volume training programs in your program? Is it there, or do you just
Yes,
do any light programs? How it is?
Yeah. In the gym I go to, we just finished a deadlift program. Actually, I did that separately. I did a 10-week deadlift program.
Okay.
And that finished last weekend.
Okay. So
that
how
was
does
good.
your deadlift look like? What kind of weight do you lift? Do you do more
I
reps, or do you
did-
do more of power work? How it is?
My one, I just did. We did a deadlift program just to build up to a 1 rep max. So
Okay.
I got 90 kgs
Oh, wow.
last Saturday.
Okay.
So I was happy with that. I was delighted with that because it was the personal best for me.
That's
So
great.
I was happy with that.
Okay. And how about squats? Do you do squat and military press?
In which military press?
Military press, overhead press.
Yes. Sometimes my squat wouldn't be great because I have some mobility issues on my ankles.
Okay.
I broke my ankle 30 years ago. So at the time there was no proper physiotherapy, or I didn't really rehab it. So I struggle with mobility.
Okay.
and squats.
Okay. So when you have incorporated strength training programs, or when you're doing strength training programs, is it really helping your kettlebell training?
I think so, because it's making me stronger all around. I think everything is. I think they all complement each other.
Okay.
I wouldn't like to be just doing kettlebells only.
Okay.
I like doing other. I also do mobility class kind of for stretching, and that helps as well. I think mobility is very important for kettlebell sport.
Yes.
And it's something that people we could struggle with as well as we get older.
Yes.
So I think it's very important
Yes.
to try and work on mobility.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, my purpose to ask this question was many viewers would want to just do kettlebell training, and they really do not want to do the weightlifting. And personally, I also feel, and when I interview a lot of senior people who are doing the good lifting and representing their country, adding strength training is how much important for a woman. is my purpose to reach out more people so that
Yes.
when you speak, people understand and people relate. Because when I'm training someone, when people see at the age of 50, 55, especially women, they really do not want to do the strength training. They might get inspired looking at you. That is
Oh,
what.
I love the strength training. I just think it's so important at this age,
Yes,
for women, for our bones, for our muscles, for everything.
yes,
And I highly recommend it. And the gym I go to, there's a huge amount of women there, and they're all strength training.
okay,
Even this morning now, there was a CrossFit class on. I was kettlebell training, so I was kettlebell training in the corner here, and the class was going on, which is good because I'm not on my own.
okay,
But there was about 8 women.
okay,
The instructor was a female,
okay,
and there was 8 women, and there was 1 man at the class
okay.
this morning at 9:30.
More women
So
than
everybody was
yes,
doing
yes,
weights.
yes. That's really nice. Yes, wow, great,
Oh.
great. Great. I would like to know your best marathon, pentathlon, and 10-minute classic numbers done nationally and internationally, if you have really, back of your mind.
I suppose for me, like, I think competition-wise, I don't like saying, oh, I got a silver at this competition, I got a gold at this competition, because at the end of the day, it just depends who's in your category on the day,
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Yes.
a lot of our categories are small. I'm veteran,
Yes.
but personal achievements, I suppose, would I be more interested in. And for
Absolutely.
me, for me, one of the first ones, that I really, really, was proud of myself, I suppose, I did half an hour marathon, 16 kg, half snatch.
Half snatch. Okay.
In the IKMF Europeans in Ireland.
Okay.
That was 2018, and I was only training marathon a few months.
Okay.
Maybe I was only training marathon 2 months at the time.
Okay.
So, I was delighted. I got a bronze.
Oh,
For
okay.
that.
And how much did you do the repetitions?
Oh, I did about 390 or 380 half
Okay.
snatch with the
Okay.
16 kg.
Okay.
And then I went to Antequera that same year for the
Okay.
Worlds.
Okay.
And I got a few more reps because I think I got about 396 or,
Okay.
But I think I got silver then.
Okay.
But it's more, obviously, I think it's more difficult at a big competition, the heat, nerves, everything else, I think we'll
Yes.
always do better in training,
Yes.
but this is just all part of a competition.
Yes. Yes.
So, I like to try different things. I've done marathon, I did snatch.
Okay.
I've done snatch for 30 minutes, for an hour, long cycle for an hour. During COVID, then I did some online competitions with the WKSF
Okay.
and the IKMF.
Okay.
So, yeah, I love traveling, and I like going to England, for an open competition, or
Okay.
trying different things, I suppose.
Okay. And anything on 10-minute classic?
Pardon?
10-minute classic, 10-minute.
Oh, 10-minute classic. I still struggle with snatch. 16 kg snatch, my best there for 10 minutes is only 130 reps.
Okay.
I find I get very nervous for the 10-minute classic. It's just, whereas I don't get nervous for the marathon, I don't get as nervous for marathon training or for pentathlon. Started doing pentathlon about 2 years ago. But I think it's because snatch means so much to me that I want to do well, and then I get nervous,
Yes, I
But I'm
understand.
hoping to go to Hungary in 2023
Yes.
in June.
Okay.
And I'm going
Yes.
to do 16 kg snatch, and I'm going to do 16 kg long cycle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you do long cycle earlier?
Did I do it before, is it? Yeah, I did it for 5-minute comps. I've never done it for 10 minutes.
Okay.
what I'm training now. It was just something I wasn't really interested in,
Okay.
but I'm training now for our qualifiers in Ireland, which are in March, to make the team to go to Hungary.
Okay.
You know?
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like to try different things. I've done double bells, double jerk, marathon, the classic. Pentathlon then is good because there's so many,
Yes.
there's 5 lifts, so
Yes.
interesting as well. And I find that very good for overall fitness,
Okay.
the
Okay.
pentathlon.
Pentathlon. Yes. There are 5 lifts. Yes. Great.
Yeah.
Great. So it's really incredible, whatever your achievements are there, and it is most importantly going up. So,
Yes.
and with you starting kettlebell lifting a little late, and then you getting serious into it is very important. Because I personally feel if you're enjoying and if you're getting serious, result will be a byproduct. I mean, it has to come.
Yes. I mean, I still love it, and next year is my last category, or my last year in the WKSF category, because it will be age 45 to 54.
Okay.
With 16 kg, to have that category. And then after that, I will try biathlon, for my age, which will be nearly 55 the following year.
Yes.
So that will be double bells for jerk and snatch.
Okay.
So I'll move on to that then.
Okay.
So.
Okay, that's great.
Well, I can always go open if I want open category. So,
yes,
but I enjoy lifting, and I'd love to keep lifting for as long as I can.
Okay. Great. Wow. So thank you very much for your nice information which you have given, all about your experiences which you have shared. Can you please at the last give a very good message, a strong message to the viewers and women lifters out here in India?
Right. Don't be afraid to start.
Yeah.
I really believe that age is only a number. It doesn't matter how slow you start, how unfit you are. Don't worry about other people. You do what you can.